Whew. So Brooks Village means legacy to me. It means love. It means so many memories. Brooks Village is my foundation.
Well, the origin of Brooks Village would be family.
When we were young children, everybody treated you like you were their kids. So they all watched out for us. So it was, the term, takes a village to raise everybody. That's what this is. This is the village. That's why they call it Brooks Village.
So Brooks Village is a plot of land, if you will. It's about 11 acres. And it is all family that lives back here. Brooks Village was made possible by the hard work and dedication of Albert and Marjorie Brooks. They were able to, brick by brick, literally build each home together.
I mean, it was unheard of for Black people to have land, certainly this amount of land anyway. For these two people, one doing construction work, the other doing housekeeping work, to get a piece of property back then for their 6 children, again, that alone is revolutionary. It was unheard of.
The foundation of the houses is solid, and I think that's hence we have the brick houses and not wooden houses. Brick is impenetrable, and that's solid. It gives the impression of being stable.
Our dad was the first house we worked on and built. The things we used were very unconventional. My cousin and I dug the basement with a horse and a scoop. We rode a horse a year every morning to dig that basement up there. And after we dug the basement, we went and laid the blocks.
I will tell you that how I grew up here was pretty close to idyllic, but I don't think I realized that until I was older. There was a sense of security that every child should have. It didn't matter if I was going to my grandparents' house who lived next door, my Aunt Mickey, my Uncle Langston, my Aunt Shirley, and Uncle Sidney. Every house you felt welcomed. Your cousins were your siblings growing up, and your aunts and uncles and grandparents were your parents. So I think that just shows that there's no house line.
I mean, it's quiet, peaceful, and you don't have no cars running in and out. You don't have a bunch of people fighting, yelling, no guns shooting, nothing like that. It's just a quiet, peaceful. It's almost like Brooks Village is like a homestead. It's like a town, and people come here, they don't want to leave.
They're all good people, nice people. I love them, so that's why I'm still here.
The boys didn't go to college. We stayed and worked, but my sisters went to college. And when they brought any friend they had, they came back after that, kept coming. They were almost like, could have been your sister. You treat them like your brothers, aunt, uncle. That's who they were. So that's why I knew this place was a welcoming place, because they accepted everybody. They didn't care who you were.
They can't get this out in the world. You go out in the world and sometimes it's cold and it's cruel and it's not easy, and you face adversity, but to be able to come home is really, I think, what draws people and what keeps people here for sure.
Being blood related didn't mean was okay, but it wasn't all we had. Everybody will come and give a hand, just like cooking a meal. You cook the potatoes, I cook the chicken. That's the way we are, and that's the way we are today.
I would say I saw support early on as a child between my father and his siblings. So they each helped each other build their homes here. You know, what's more family-like than that? What's more supportive than after working a hard day, coming in the evening and helping your brother or your sister build their house?
It's kind of ironic, but I feel like we almost thrive in hardship just because we are such a large group. So there's always something kind of going on and somebody to help. The most recent has been the loss of my grandmother, who was not Brooks by blood, but by marriage. But she lived here, you know, from the time that her home was built. But I think that we have been able to rally around each other and even more so be able to take care of my grandfather as he, you know, is here now without his partner of 64 years.
We were not rich. We weren't poor. Because you're not poor when you got love. You're not poor. And we learned, you know, different, that's how I really learned it, to be helping other people. Everybody help one another. Because if you don't do that, your world wouldn't last long.